My name is Johanna Jöhnck. I'm a teacher for German, social science and drama at a so-called Stadtteilschule in Hamburg-Jenfeld. And I'm the class teacher of a 12th grader class, yes. I guess I would tell them that integration means that people from different countries or different cities or different parts of cities come together to start something new, in which every one of them has his or her own part to get things together and to renew them somehow. I always feel like we want the students to leave their special parts of identity, their foreign parts of identity, outside the classroom. We just want them to be a student who is interested in the topics, who would like to improve in whatever, instead of just giving them space to telling their story or to deal with our subjects in a different way. Maybe we want them to talk about the so-called Nahost conflict, so the conflict between Israel and Palestine, just in the way Germans do it, which is really ridiculous, because if you're from Syria or maybe from Iran, you do have a total different narrative of these conflicts. But this is something we are scared of. We just want them to behave like we did when we were kids at school. So I think that this is one misunderstanding of integration, because there is no space at school for being different. Something I recognized during the last years is that our students feel like they have to show us their cultural identity, because if I call them German, they would say, no, I'm not. I'm from Greece, I'm from ex-Yugoslavia, I'm from Serbia, I'm from Denmark, I'm from Poland, I don't know. And then if I ask them, are you from Poland? I thought you were born in Hamburg. They say, yes, okay, you're right. I am from Hamburg, but my parents, they are from Poland, so I am Polish. So, and then I was just thinking about that. Why do they feel this need of talking about themselves as a person with a different nationality? And I think this is because of us, me as a teacher and me as part of the major society, because we don't let them tell which part of them is different. And there is no space at school where we just let them share their experiences with us. This is, of course, we do talk about cultural identity in lessons, but we do this as a subject. It's not really me asking them, who are you? What kind of life would you like to live? How would you like to be part of the German society? And even if I ask them, what will happen after school? Will there be someone at their work or at university or in their daily life who really is interested in them and in their special view on Germany or on their future? As a teacher at a Stadtteilschule, diversity is absolutely normal, because in our classes we do have about 26 students, and in fact 4 of them do have special needs, and 2 to 4 of them are refugees. So cultural diversity is nothing we should prepare, but something very common at Hamburg's Stadtteilschulen. So for me, there are a lot of challenges we have to cope with in our daily work, because we should teach them nearly the same. And these are challenges not because of the cultural diversity, but in fact we do have to make them something like a homogene masse. So everyone should be able to be part of our school system, which they are not. On the other hand, there are lots of opportunities because we really learn from each other, and you don't have to talk to these students about everyone is different and everyone has to have the same rights, because yes, we are different. This is something really, yeah, you cannot close your eyes. So it's very clear that we are all different and we do have the same rights. Since 2010, our school is working inclusive. So we do have nearly 5 students per class with special needs. Could be special needs in how to learn or how to behave, or even that they really have some disability. So in 2010 we started working in multi-professional teams, and in my class at the moment, at the 12th grade, I do have students who started as a student with special needs, but during the years at school, they just improved that much that they don't need, or they didn't need the label any longer, which was a really great situation, because after the 10th grade we decided, yes, the student is able to go in the so-called Oberstufe, which means that he or she could have the highest educational level in Germany, the German Abitur. That's so different to answer, because there are so many different ways how to get students to work, how to motivate them. And in every lesson we have to find out which one is the most effective right now. I think we don't have the opportunity to teach as we have been taught when we were students, but in fact you can't let them work all the day in groups or free, because if the group is so diverse and has so many special needs, how to get along with the materials that you bring into class, you always have to get them back together to feel as a group and as a class. So normally we start as a class all together, and then we just split them in groups and say, okay, you have to work with these materials, and you will work with this, and you do that. So everyone is just puzzling around with all this stuff, and you need a lot of manpower in classes. So most of the time we are not alone in class, but we do have a team teaching situation, or we do have a teacher who is specialized in teaching students with special needs, or we have people who are able to work with kids who have diagnoses and diseases. So something which is really needed since we are teaching refugees, we started to think about how to deal with the German in lessons. And this is really interesting, because the refugees, they just remembered us that our language use as teachers is so on such a high educational level, but our students, German isn't. So because of the refugees coming into our classes, we just started to rethink our use of language. So now we just started to have all these sayings on the wall, how to start a sentence, how to describe, how to I don't know, do whatever you do in a class with words. So this is really new and it's really great. And I'm thankful for these kids who come to my class, because now I can recognize that the language level of all my class is improving. I do know the project Reimagine Belonging, which is an online platform where you can have digital stories about people who fled from their home countries. And I made some small experiences with these materials in my lessons. And of course, as a German, we are used to work with contemporaries because of our German history and our part in the Second World War, and of course in the Holocaust or in the Shoah. So in that part we have to use digital stories because of the age of the Holocaust survivors. And I've been to Yad Vashem this year in Jerusalem, so I try to improve myself how to use these digital stories for my lessons.